Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. So to the Telegraph we go. They're also highlighting the World Economic Forum going on in Davos. Switzerland says world must wake up to the threat from tech giants. I absolutely agree. While the internet has spawned freedom in networking and the advancement of intelligence and limitless access to basically all of the knowledge of humanity, at the same time, it has spawned monsters of unimaginable power, and they need to be reined in. It says here, Silicon Valley billionaire Mark Benioff has compared the current crisis of trust facing the tech giants to the financial crisis of a decade ago, urging regulators to wake up to the threat from Google, Facebook, and other dominant firms. The outspoken entrepreneur accused some of the industry's most influential bosses of abdicating responsibility and being ignorant to how powerful and sophisticated they become. Regulators now have no choice but to intervene, he said. Quote, "We are in a new world. A decade ago, you had the banks talking about collateralized debt obligations and credit default swaps, saying they were great for the economy, but regulators weren't paying attention. The government needs to come in and point true north," Mr. Benioff said at a panel discussion at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Now, Mr. Benioff, founder and boss of the cloud computing firm Salesforce, pointed to the way the tobacco industry and food producers have become much more highly regulated. Quote, "There are lots of examples from other industries," he said. The call was backed by Sir Martin Sorrell, who said the, quote, "seven sisters, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and China's Alibaba and Tencent, had become too big," comparing Amazon's founder Jeff Bezos to a modern-day John D. Rockefeller. The chief executive of the Washington Post basically said we're now in a position where they need to be regulated. However, Ruth Porritt, finance director of Google's parent Alphabet, fought back, claiming that the company's recent shakeup, which had resulted in being carved up into a series of subsidiaries, allows us to keep investing and improving the lives of billions of people. Let me stop there, because John D. Rockefeller's Standard Oil was also broke up in the same fashion. It was broke up into a lot of satellite companies. However, Rockefeller still owned them all, and he ended up making more money breaking up the company than he did with Standard Oil being one unified force. So it actually played into his hand to do that. Now, Mr. Benioff also hit out at Uber, whose new boss, Dara Khosrowshahi, was also on the panel, claiming it has pursued growth above customer trust, and it was built for speed at any cost, which is unacceptable in a world of connected products. And trust, of course, has to be the highest profile for any company. If not, bad things happen. Of course, we see that everywhere. Trust is really the cornerstone of everything. If somebody loses trust, say in a partner, it's game over for that relationship. If somebody loses trust in a product, they tend not to buy it anymore because, well, they can't trust it. They can't rely on it to be consistently good every time. Well, the same thing can be said about social media. Should we trust social media? Do they have your best interest at heart? And the answer, of course, is resoundingly no. They are the control freaks, or part of the control freak crowd, if you will, and have used their power to ruthlessly and mercilessly censor thousands upon thousands of citizen journalists and independent media personalities to advance the agenda of special interest groups, of corporate America, of governments all over the world, in favor of the big guy to suppress the little guy. Does that story sound the same or what? So I applaud this, and I wish there were more people speaking out about this, because I do believe the same thing, that these tech giants need to be put in their place. And I don't know how that's going to happen, but I can tell you that we have to do something here relatively soon. Otherwise, I believe you're not going to recognize the internet for the freedom that we used to have. And it's just going to end up being for lack of a better term, a very tightly policed operation where anyone at any time can fall prey to the control freak's ability to make you anything they want to be. And believe me, folks, they can make you a patsy in a second. They can do so many different things to you, and they can neuter you if you rely on social media to advance or to promote or to advertise your product or service. So there is a lot at stake here. And I hope and I pray that these tech giants are reined in, and reined in soon. I'm not confident that they will. However, if enough people make enough noise, we can change anything. And we've seen that so many times in the past. Sometimes it only takes just one person to be able to make change. So be that change you want to see in the world. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's news shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Hashtag wake the flock up. Have a great day, everybody.